Hey guys, welcome to another self-hosting tutorial. I haven't done one of these in a while because I've been too busy doing the off-grid stuff. I've got a few updates of the off-grid stuff at a later stage. But before I get into this tutorial, I'd like to make a comment on the off-grid stuff, and I have moved to the final destination. When I do my next tutorial, I'll be showing all that and how it all works. But anyhow, back to this tutorial. So today I'm going to be showing how I use a Proxmox server to make a budget camera, security camera system. And the reason why I did this and what inspired me to do this is because the trend of Wi-Fi cameras and all that are becoming a thing. You buy a Wi-Fi camera from a manufacturer. It usually prompts you to download an app on the Play Store or the App Store for you to set up the camera to your Wi-Fi and also establish it and create an account with whatever provider you go with. I personally back in the days, used to have the Clever Dog cameras. Those were ones that were on Wish for $60 each. But the problem with a lot of security systems is you are not the only one that can see through your camera. So you set up the camera through security, it's all set up, it goes to a third-party server, because obviously the camera has to go to some sort of server to relay its information so it can relay it back to you. So you might as well say you've got the application, you've got the camera, and you've got the server that's the middleman. Well, if you don't control that middleman, you don't know who has access to that middleman to access and to not intercept your connection per se, but to monitor it. So what I'm getting at is I am showing a secure way to at least have some sort of like online but offline security set up where you only have access to it. Because when you self-host a server, which Proxmox is the server in this case, you control it. So without further ado, let's get into it. So how I done it was, I cloned, because I've done Windows 8.1 installation on this system in the past, the 32-bit version. So all I done was I cloned one of the installations, right? I named it camera, and the server itself that this is on has it's an all-in-one PC. I've showed it in the past. So if you haven't seen that, go to my past tutorials. I show that system off. So and what I've done is that particular all-in-one PC has a built-in webcam. So all I've done was is I passed, because when you pass so if you go to hardware, you can pass actual physical hardware to your virtual machines. So it'll come across when there's communication with the hardware, the virtual machine can communicate with it directly. There's no buffer or in between. So if we go to this one that says USB, so this one actually has come up with a host camera. So this is a USB webcam and USB 0. So when you pass through devices that are inbuilt, like a camera and all that, they come across as USB devices. So this is the webcam that's inbuilt into the computer right here, into the server. So I've passed that to the virtual machine. So that means that when I boot up this virtual machine, it will pass the camera through. And we are also doing this remotely. So if you look on the top right by my percentage, we have a mobile data connection. We don't have Wi-Fi. It's temporarily playing up. I don't know why, but so we're actually accessing this remotely just to also show you how it can be done. So this machine is shut down, so let's boot it up. Oh, yep. So now, and we'll just go full screen. So now we're booting up Windows 8 remotely. Log in. And to put extra security, I could actually put a password on this version of Windows. So if someone managed to actually get into the thing, they can't, But what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign this particular virtual machine its own user, so I can actually log into that particular user without having to log into the main user, which this is the main user. We see if I wanted to use someone else's computer just to check, I'll just assign this to a specific user and give it limited permissions and restrictions. So as you see, we've got a Windows 8.1 thing. So all I've done is, since I've passed through camera, so if we go through camera, we'll just click camera, and what you're going to see now is the webcam that I was talking about. We'll give it a couple of seconds. I don't know what's happening here. It's collaborating. There we go. So what you're seeing now is the webcam that's inbuilt in the all-in-one PC. This is the camera view it has. So this is just the inside of the house. So I can see in 3-second delays what's happening. So we've got a fan. So this is strictly, I can see this. Well, or you guys can see it temporarily because I'm showing you. But I only have access to this. So there's no third-party servers that can see this information and see what's happening in the house. It's only me that has access to that. So this is the way I made a budget security system. See, I can take a video. I could actually take a video or a photo and leave it running, actually log out of this, and then come back to it later on and stop recording, and then pick up the recording at a later stage. So this is the way, if I was to have a security system and I wanted to access it remotely, this is the way I'd do it. And that's the reason why. It's because at least if you self-host it, you're guaranteed that, or at least 99% of the time, there's always that 1% of the chance that someone can try and get into your system. But since it's a private server, people, well, you know, as long as you don't shout it out to the world, you've got a server at home and you tell them the address, which this is running with my public IP address. So as long as you don't tell people the information, it can't hurt your server, because, you know, if you tell too many people and the information gets into the wrong hands, well, guess what? You're asking for it. So yeah, I just thought I'd demonstrate a security system and how I did it. And I'll just shut this machine down, just so you can guarantee that sort of thing. So yeah, I just thought I would just give people a demonstration. I don't think it received the shutdown signal. Let's do this for stop it. Oh, there we go. I think it did receive the full stop. So yeah, I just thought I'd give a demonstration of how I made a security system just out of a virtual machine and a webcam using a Proxmox server. So hopefully you've learned something new, and until next time, everyone have a good day, and ciao.